I am Dr. Jesse John, Assistant Professor, Department of Anatomy, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University, Jaipur. We are discussing prevertebral region and paravertebral region also. And today we will discuss cervical plexus. Formation is formed by the ventral rami of the upper four cervical nerves. Ventral rami of C to C4 divide into upper and lower branches. The ventral ramus of C1 and branches of C2, C4 ventral rami are connected with one another to form three loops. Hence, cervical plexus is also called plexus of loops. First loop is directed forward in front of the transverse process of atlas, and the remaining two loops are directed backwards. Positions and relations. The cervical plexus lies on levator scapulae and scalenus medius muscles, deep to prevertebral fascia, internal jugular vein, and sternocleidomastoid. And we can see here cervical plexus with its communicated branches. Cervical plexus supplies skin and muscles of the neck and thoraco-abdominal diaphragm. Its branches are arranged into superficial and deep groups. Superficial branches are as follows: lesser occipital nerve, great auricular nerve, transverse cervical nerve, and supraclavicular nerve. And deep branches are as follows: communicating branches. Gray rami communicates from superior cervical sympathetic ganglion to all the four roots. A branch of C1 joins the hypoglossal nerve. A branch from C to sternocleidomastoid and branch from C3 to C4 to trapezius communicate with spinal accessory nerve. Muscular branches, the following muscles are supplied by the cervical plexus, that is rectus capitis anterior, rectus capitis lateralis, longus capitis, longus colli, strap muscles, sternocleidomastoid, trapezius, and levator scapulae and scalene muscles and diaphragm. Phrenic nerve, its origin arises from the ventral rami of C3, C4, C5, but chiefly from C4. Course, it runs vertically downwards on the anterior surface of the scalenus anterior, which it crosses obliquely from lateral to medial side. Then it runs downward on the cervical pleura to enter the thorax behind first costal cartilage. Distribution: phrenic nerve provides sole motor supply to the diaphragm and sensory innervation to diaphragmatic pleura and pericardium. Accessory phrenic nerve, it is a branch from nerve to subclavius containing C5 fibers. It runs lateral to the phrenic nerve and descends behind or sometime in front of the subclavian vein to join the main phrenic nerve near the first rib. Cervical sympathetic ganglia, these are three cervical sympathetic ganglia, superior, medial, and inferior. They are formed by the fusion of 8 primitive ganglia corresponding to 8 cervical nerves. The characteristic of these ganglia are as follows: superior cervical ganglion, it is the largest of cervical sympathetic ganglion. It is spindle shaped and about 2.5 centimeter long. It lies just below the skull in front of the transverse processes of C2, C3 vertebra and behind the carotid sheath and in front of prevertebral fascia. It is formed by the fusion of 4 primitive cervical ganglia also. Middle cervical ganglia, it is very small and often absent, lies in lower part of the neck in front of transverse process of C6, just above the inferior thyroid artery, and formed by fusion of 5th and 6th primitive cervical ganglia. Inferior cervical ganglia, it formed by the fusion of 7th and 8th primitive cervical ganglia and generally fused with the first thoracic ganglion to form the cervicothorax ganglion and called stellate ganglion because the star-shaped appearance and lies between the transfer process of C7 and neck of rib. Branches, each of 3 ganglia gives the 3 common types of branches. These are gray rami communicating to cervical nerves, a cardiac branch, and branch to form a plexus around an artery, and branches of superior ganglion, gray rami, superior cardiac nerve, and carotid branch from sympathetic plex around internal and external carotid artery, and branches from inferior ganglion, gray rami, communicating to ventral rami of C7, C8 spinal nerves, inferior cervical cardiac nerve, and vertebral and subclavian branches, which forms plexus around vertebral and subclavian artery respectively. Now we will discuss the root of the neck. Root of neck is defined as the area of the neck immediately above the thoracic inlet. Thoracic inlet is a space bounded by first thoracic vertebra, first rib and manubrium sternum. The structure passes both into and out of the thoracic cavity through this space. The clinical importance of this area is that the numerous important structures such as carotid and subclavian arteries, the trachea and esophagus, and large veins are packed together into the related small place. The reduction of space caused by a number of clinical conditions, the tumor of apex of the lung, enlarged thyroid gland, and cervical rib, splenovertebral triangle and scalene triangle, and cervical pleura. Cervical pleura covers the apex of the lung at the root of the neck. It rises into the root of the neck about 3.5 centimeter above the first costal cartilage, but not above the neck of the first rib due to obliquity of the first rib. It rises 2.5 centimeter above the median. Cervical pleura is strengthened by the suprapleural membrane so that the root of neck is not puffed up and down during respiration. Relation anterior to the subclavian artery and scalenus anterior and posterior to the neck of the first rib and structure crossing in front of it. Lateral scalenus medius and lower trunk of the brachial plexus and medial vertebral bodies, trachea and esophagus, recurrent laryngeal nerve and thoracic duct, and the large blood vessel of the neck. And we have discussed all the prevertebral region, paravertebral region, root of neck and phrenic nerve, and the cervical pleura, and the cervical plexus also. So if you have any problem, let me know. We will resolve very soon.